Hi, I'm Lindsay Hyman here with Carmichael Training Systems, and today we're going to talk about how to avoid the draft zone in triathlon. So the first thing we want to know is what the rule is. Well, roughly, our draft zone is about 7 to 10 meters in length depending on the race that you're doing. And that distance is from this tree on the right all the way to the tree on the left, is how far behind the athlete in front of you want to be. The other option is, as well, we also can be staggered. And roughly what staggering means is you can't be riding directly behind the athlete in front of you. So you need to be slightly to the right or to the left, as long as you're not creating a blocking zone. So once we're out there, a few other things that we want to do in order to avoid the draft zone. The first thing I always like to say is know the course. Know when we have those flat sections, when the race can get congested, and then also know when we have the hills, so that can allow you to break it up, or if you're coming up on a group in front of you, that you probably do need to get into that staggered position, or maybe even go a little bit harder to get around somebody so you don't get that penalty. Now, we want to always avoid that penalty because it is a 4-minute penalty, and it's a complete stand down, and there's normally 1 to 2 penalty courses or boxes out there on the course. Typically during the first 2 to 5 miles of every Ironman course, there is going to be congestion. So use your draft box and know where to ride without getting caught. So another thing we want to be conscious of during the ride is knowing what your overall goals are for race day. Now, if you're an athlete that's trying to break that 10 or 12 hour barrier, the game changes a little bit. We want to make sure that you are paying attention to the groups that you're riding around, or the athletes in front or behind you. So what that means is that if I'm trying to really get under a 5.5 hour, 6 hour bike on an Ironman, then I might be riding a little bit harder. And my goal there is I'm going to use other athletes on the road to make sure I'm making progress throughout the day. The one thing we really want to be conscious of is that I can have a really good bike, and that really good bike might be 15 minutes faster than what I expected. But if I have a really bad bike, again, it's only going to be maybe 5 to 15 minutes slower. But the biggest thing is we don't want to overdo the bike, because if I have a fast bike, I can save about 10-15 minutes, but I can hurt myself on the run and lose somewhere between an hour and 2 hours, which can really mess up the rest of your day.